What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I want to talk about Revelations 19:10. So let's get into it. Revelations 19:10. Of course, it starts one word on the first page. And I fell at his feet to worship him, but he said to me, "See that you do not do that. I am your fellow servant and your brethren who have the testimony of Jesus. Worship God, for the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy." So I have in my notes that prophecy isn't just prediction. It's evidence of what Jesus has already done, speaking into what he's ready to do again. So, Jesus' track record is prophecy. He fulfilled so many prophecies. So many. I think it's like 300 prophecies in his lifetime. And the testimony of Jesus is proof. It's not theory. You cannot theorize like, well, Jesus may have done this. Like, you can go back in the Word, find it in the Word, read it, go to Jesus' life, and see it happen. Every miracle, every breakthrough, every life he's changed is a receipt. It's a record. It's a proof of what he's done, because what he's done isn't random. It's not something that he just kind of did by happenstance. It's his nature, and it reveals his nature, because if he healed, he delivered, he restored before, why are you assuming or stating or challenging the fact that he's not doing that power still? How is that power inactive just because Jesus stopped doing it? Because he called us to the Word to do the works and greater works. And God, doesn't just run out of power and go, "Oh, well, guys, used up all my fuel. I'll see you guys in eternity. I'm bouncing." He repeats these patterns of faithfulness, and you can see it time and time and time again. But the real question that we have to ask ourselves, and the one that I put in here, is that can he? It's will you believe that he can do it through you? Our pastor is fond of saying that God doesn't want to do it for you. He's already done everything he can do for you. He gave you salvation. He established the good work. He gave you the Word. He wants to do it through you, which means you, by faith, walk and do good deeds and faithful deeds through his Spirit. We celebrate testimonies, but we keep them at a distance. Often like Jesus, we call him God, and when we say we believe in him, but do we really believe him? Are we really holding him close enough? Are we allowing his Spirit to dwell in us? Sorry if I hit the mic there. But we shout when, God uses someone. When we see a miracle, it's like, hallelujah, da 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 da, but when it comes to us, it's like, maybe he can do it through me, but I'm good being here. Like, I like seeing things happen, because it's easy to believe that he can when we see it happen, but it's harder to believe that he can do it through me, or that he will do it through me, or that he's able to do it through me, because unbelief doesn't always look like rejection. It often looks like hesitation. When you feel like you need to pray, but you don't, because you're like, oh, what if this person looks down on me? What if I attract the wrong kind of crowd? What if, people, challenge my belief system? But do you believe you're just a witness, or do you know that you're a vessel? Because a witness is great, but a vessel can do so much more. A willing vessel can be filled. A willing vessel can be poured out. A willing vessel can be used to quench the thirst. A willing vessel can be used to carry forth the message. A willing vessel is something that is able to, transport to where it needs to go. And you have to carry what you're willing to agree with. And the spirit of prophecy means that Jesus is done trying to live again through people who believe, and he's willing and ready to begin offering up his Spirit to those who are willing to do the work. Jesus has already done it. If you think Jesus is going to do anything else for you, you're mistaken. You're wrong, and you need to get over that, because he's done. But He is giving you an opportunity to live with an abundance, an immeasurability, an infinite source of power. But if you agree with fear, you stay stagnant. You don't move. You fester. You become a disease, to those around you, because you aren't walking in faith. You're walking in fear, and that fear spreads. Just like faith can encourage, fear can spread. And if you agree with the testimony, you step into it. You don't step around it. You don't see a testimony and go, oh no. You celebrate the testimony when you see it happen to someone else. So why are you not walking in the testimony of Jesus, who is the spirit of prophecy, who is the provider, and the doer of good works? You should also be providing for others and doing the good work, because faith isn't about the hype. It's not about, the views or the clicks or the fame or, whatever. We can see that day in and day out in the world nowadays, that, the hype isn't all it's cracked up to be, but it's the alignment with God that will, establish in you what God said he's done, and what he's done he will do again. You don't need a new word. This word is good. This word is sufficient. This good will be more than you will ever need. What you need to believe is that he has already proved this word to be true. And I just want to end with this thing here. If his testimony is a spirit of prophecy, then every miracle you've ever heard has been an invitation. Every miracle you've ever seen has been an invitation. The question is, will you stop at telling the story of the miracle, or will you allow those miracles to continue through you? Question for you. It's not a question for me. Well, it's a question I have to ask myself. It's not a question I can answer for you. So figure it out, guys. Peace out. God bless. I love y'all.